morning. That's a look at your headlines. Now here's Mike.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Earlier we told you about the city of Center Point having a recent problem with vicious, aggressive dogs, to the point they're considering toughening their city ordinances on aggressive breeds. But what if you encounter a vicious dog, like a pit bull or a Rottweiler? Greg Winters is here. He's a dog trainer. We have him frequently on our show. Good to have you this morning.
Good to see you.
He's got some tips on what you should do if you encounter a vicious dog. Now, first of all, we should point out that if raised right, pit bulls, Rottweilers, those type breeds, they actually can be good pets, right?
And they are good pets, period, yeah.
I think the fear some people have, they seem to be sort of unpredictable at times, though. Is that true?
I disagree with that.
Okay.
What I like to say is breed alone is no determination on behavior. I work with clients every day, and there's Yorkies, there's Jack Russells, all different types of breeds that have developed potential aggression issues, whether it be with humans or dogs. So. Okay. Breed alone, I would say, would be the equivalent of saying ethnicity in a person will determine some predictable behavior. So that's the challenge I have, is to kind of help people realize that.
All right, let's look at some tips, though, if you're approached by a dog that appears threatening, and we got to recognize that first. But let's talk about some of those tips.
Some of the tips are, if you ever get a dog you think appears to be threatening in some way, whether it be following you or barking at you, it may not actually. An attack may not be imminent, so first thing you want to do is resist the impulse to panic, run away, scream. If the dog is imbalanced in any way, you're just going to magnify any of those feelings they have by running, making yourself a target, screaming, things of that nature.
You're going to heighten his excitement to that level, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely going to play right into the energy that
this is interesting. Avoid eye contact with the dog.
Yes, in the dog world, you want to avoid eye contact and frontal interaction, because in the dog world, those represent a challenge. And once again, this is a dog, if it's potentially out of balance, is going to read those as a challenge, and it could exacerbate the situation. So,
and obviously, this is something you turn your back and run. That's a bad thing, right?
You don't want to turn your back to a dog that is truly imbalanced, because you make yourself a target. You do want to stand sideways. Okay, so you represent someone that's not that concerned about their presence, and therefore you're putting them at ease. You're not a challenge.
So standing sideways, hands at your sides, and not looking at the dog.
Yes.
Okay.
And the more relaxed you can be, the better, because they're going to try to read your energy and see that you're not concerned about them.
And so once the dog sort of loses interest in you, then what?
Calmly walk away.
Okay.
Okay. If you're already walking, when this starts happening, keep walking while you do these things.
Okay.
Okay. If you're standing still when this happens, stand still and do these things.
All right. Now let's say the dog does attack. Then you got a couple of tips on what you should do there.
Yes. If attack is going to happen, the dog is charging you. It's there. It's about to jump at you. The first thing you want to do is try to feed them an object, whether it be a jacket, a shoe, anything you have to redirect that initial attack.
Okay.
Many times dogs equate the object with the person. They may continue to just go after that
object.
Yeah, that
and
object.
then you mentioned a couple other quick things. The dog repellent, such as a pepper spray, that works well.
Yes.
Especially if you have like a small dog or a child you're walking, you don't want to encounter something. Keep that with you, right?
Yes. If you're in a neighborhood that has a lot of loose dogs and you're concerned, put yourself at ease so you can stay relaxed during your walk. And if you get in a situation, get Halt. It's used by the United States Postal Service. They've been using it for decades. They recommend it highly.
And then also Play Dead. All right, Greg, thank you so much.
Thank
Great
you so
tips
much.
today. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
All right, still to come, G.I. Joe. Kick